go ahead and talk to Vesper Decaneth. And that's the entrance for Legendary Master Artificer. We're just going to do normal for purposes of our teaching raid. I want to make a mental note of whether or not maybe next year we decide to step it up to hard for the teaching raid, but we'll keep it to normal today. We always do teaching raids on lower difficulties so that folks, you know, can just really just focus on learning and not stress out about trying to stay alive. Keep it nice and easy. But the older these raids get, you know, they start to get kind of trivial on normal. Like when we did Baba and Strahd, we did those on normal on the teaching raids earlier this year, and it's just too easy. And some of the older raids we'll do them on R1 or Elite, like, you know, Fire and Thunder Peak and Temple the Death Worm. Okay, everybody's in. Let's get final buffs. Alright, we just got to fight our way to the end fight. We're going to be fighting some constructs, iron golems, iron defenders, warforged, some mage fire cannons, some floaty balls. I'll be answering questions in Twitch chat as well as a trap box here. And that charms the mage fire cannons over here so they're not firing at us. Lever opens the other door here. Anyways, my attention is mainly focused, you know, on the folks in group. But I will be answering questions in Twitch chat when I can, so if you have questions about these raids, please ask. That door, I believe, is the lockout right here. So, you know, once we advance, that will close permanently. Okay, we're going to head south right now. And once everybody's in this, once everybody's in the octagon here, we'll talk to Tovin to get this fight started. And it'll be a soft lockout until the fight's over. There's the multitwitch.tv link. High Lord Pudding, who is tanking these, is also streaming so that you can see from tank perspective. He's not a live streamer per se, he just streams our teaching raids so that people can see tank perspective if they're interested. There's a little chest over here in the back. And then we're going to double back and go the way we came. There's an optional over here that we can do for an
Diamond to Bluff 20.
Oh, grats. There's a secret door back here. You will need somebody to be able to search it out. And this is going to go to a very quick and easy optional. So because it's so quick and easy, it's usually worth doing. I believe the chest is a name that it gives.
It gives you extra chest, yes. We didn't handle them.
Thank you for confirming. I wasn't sure. Couldn't remember if that extra chest gave name. But it does. And we're actually right under the area where we just were. That part where we had the soft lockout fight with Tovin. We're going to be right below that part here in a second. Don't move ahead. There's a trap box at the end of the hall. That's going to mitigate the electrical floors in this next part.
Is there a trapper with a High Lord?
Is
Or you want everyone to experience it first?
No, you go ahead and disable it. What'd you say, Chief?
All right.
I just wonder if we had a trapper besides me.
Yep. All right. So all we're doing here is we're breaking. Oh, I guess those trap boxes charm the Magefire cannons. We're just breaking pipes here. And one of the pipes, when it breaks, it'll say, there we go, you have destroyed Tovin's device for cleansing the souls of the Warforged. So now we can go right back out. Don't worry about fighting anything. So this was the optional. It says destroy Tovin's soul cleansing device. It's just breaking those rusty pipes. And one of them at random will be the correct one. As soon as you get the DM message, you come right back out. And as you probably noticed, the floor was electrified in there. But you just run in, break the pipes, and run out. You don't worry about fighting stuff in there. Not necessary. Okay, straight ahead is the lockout. There's a shrine to the left if you want it. Now we're going to go through the room where we had the Tovin fight. Just a heads up, when we get to the end fight room, do not run out into the middle of the end fight, because you can, kind of like at the end of On 5, you can lock people out permanently. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a permanent lockout, but it is for the duration of the end fight. I think it's just a shrine this other way. Yeah, there's a shrine room over here. So right up here is the end fight. When we get into this big room, do not go out into the middle of it. Go immediately to the right. That door will lock at least until the end fight's over. I can't remember if it opens at the end. We could try to remember to look. Alright, so this is the end fight. And it will start once we approach Tovin. We're going to fight a couple rounds of trash. It's going to be Iron Golems. It's going to be Warforged. It's going to be Artificers. There's going to be floaty balls pew-pewing us with force. We're just going to kill all that stuff. No big whoop. Tovin, who is in the force field across from us. He's going to be pew-pewing spells at us during that time. I think you can run up and like jump and intim him. So like a tank or an off tank could grab that aggro of those spells if needed. After we clear a couple rounds of trash, there's going to be a round of Caneth crystals that we got to destroy. Like one will appear on this platform and then one at each of the corner platforms. We're just going to start. This is going to be home base here. We're going to start at the crystal here and then work clockwise around. As we're beating the crystals down, they give off spell points and you're going to regenerate all your spell points. So it's okay to mana dump for the first 2 trash rounds in here if you're a caster, because you're going to get all your mana back anyways when we get to the crystals. After the crystals destroyed, there's going to be a round of Magefire cannons. We're not going to DPS them because you can disable them, and if you disable them, it charms them, so they'll be fighting for us. Now, traditionally in Heroic, you didn't want to charm them because, you know, they're DPSing the bosses, and the bosses are a simultaneous kill scenario. So it's like you didn't want the Magefire cannons to be pew-pewing at them and then potentially kill them out of order. But on Legendary, they're going to have so many hit points that it's not going to be a problem. And charming the Magefire cannons can be a way to help if you don't have an extra tank. So we're going to demonstrate just having Bolo Grub tank one of them, and then we're going to let the other one aggro on the Magefire cannon, so you can see like that can be one way that you can mitigate this. If you only have one tank, you just let the other it's going to be a Warforged Titan are the two bosses. So you just let the other Warforged Titan aggro on the Mage Fire Cannons until you're ready to beat up on them. Once the Mage Fire Cannons are dealt with, the two bosses, the two Warforged Titans will appear out of the there's big doors on either side of Tovin Caneth. They'll come out of there. We're going to grab the one on this side. The other one we're going to let aggro on the Mage Fire Cannons to demonstrate that. And then once we've demonstrated that, Lumi, our second tank, will take over. We need to prep the two Warforged Titans and then kill them at the same time. I can't remember exactly how long the kill window is. It's at least 10 seconds, but it might be longer.
Around. I think it's 30.
About 30? That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's 30.
Once the Warforged Titans go down simultaneously, Tovin will try to regenerate them. While he's trying to regenerate them, his force field will come down, and we need to range Tovin down as fast as possible. Melees cannot help with the beatdown. He does have relatively low hit points, but if you were in a group that really lacked range DPS, it could be problematic to beat him down at that point. Once Tovin is killed, then the raid's over. But if you don't beat him down in time, then he regenerates the Warforged Titans. They get back up. You got to beat him down again. And then once they're beat down again, then Tovin's, it's the same thing. The force field comes down. He tries to regenerate them. You try to beat him down before he regenerates them. All right, we're going to get it started just by approaching Tovin. So right here, if someone had run out to right here, here's where it gets started. And notice that the door closed where we came in from. That will stay closed at least for the duration of the end fight. Okay, just beat on stuff. The only thing to be aware of here is if you are running to the opposite side of the zone, you might be too far away from a healer. That's about the only consideration at this point. Did you jump up and intim him, Lumi?
No, I used my shield.
Oh, the shield works with his force field up. I didn't realize that. I want to see if I can jump up and intim.
It does. You can do it, but you need to press the intimidate on exactly the right time. Might take a couple of tries. And of course, he doesn't always listen to you either.
I'm not even getting an intim roll when I try it.
You can do it, but it's like you need to be at the very exact top.
So now we got some floaty balls that should be taken care of. Looks like we already took them out. The graphic of the floaty balls is hanging on my screen. Oh, they're starting to disappear now. Definitely a good idea if you have ranged or casting DPS to focus on the floaty balls, because their forced blasts can be kind of painful. Okay, we're ready back to home base. Should be crystal time now. Oh, I guess we got some more trash. I forgot to mention that while we're beating down the crystals, and I think for the rest of the raid, maybe, the floor will electrify. There is an indicator above Tovin. There's a series of lights up there that will indicate the pattern of the electricity on the floor. I'm going to be honest with you, I never really learned to do it that way. We always just power through the electricity and heal through it. Sometimes people die as a result of it. You can see things are electrified right now. So I threw a regenerate on the party, head north to the next crystal. Remember that your spell points are regenerating at this point, so it's okay to mana dump on the crystals. See, I just take for plus 184, plus 185, plus 150, plus 200. You can see mana is regenerating really, really fast. So you can totally mana dump at this point. Once the crystals are destroyed, there'll be no more mana regeneration.
When we are DPSing the crystals, come to the platform, even if you're ranged, because otherwise you just keep taking damage from before.
Good tip, thank you. Okay, back to home base. Now we're going to get the Magefire cannons. Trappers can spread out and disable them. Tanks and durable folks can be out here to try to get initial aggro, so that the trappers aren't getting pew-pewed while they're trying to disable the boxes. I'm getting hit for about 150-ish, plus or minus, with these 4 shots. We are not DPSing the cannons. We're letting the trappers disable the boxes, which are near the base of the cannons, because that charms them. Alright, let's everybody go back to home base. And Gijo is going to get ready to grab the guy on the right. I want everybody else at home base so that we don't aggro the other one. We're just demonstrating here that you can let the other one aggro on the Magefire cannons, and then you don't have to deal with them. So if you only had one tank, you could have your one tank get the purple Titan, and then look at the green Titan over there. See him aggroing on the Magefire cannons? Actually, he aggroed on Lumi, so. But that's okay.
I didn't do anything.
I know.
I promise.
That's okay. Well, we didn't get to demonstrate it, unfortunately, because it just, for whatever reason, aggroed on Lumi. But you could have let, you know, if Lumi wasn't there, you could have just let him aggro on the cannons. It eventually, you know, if you don't DPS it, the cannons will pull its aggro. But Lumi's going to go ahead and grab him now. The purple one is immune to... I think the article says 8th level and lower spells, but I think it's actually just 7th level and lower spells. So if you're a caster, you need to hit this one with high level spells. If you're a warlock or a bard, I guess you're screwed because you don't have anything above 6, but I guess Epic Destiny stuff should still work. So we just want to prep this one. If you had 2 tanks like this, you can split your group, keep you know, most likely the melees on the purple one, and let's have casters in range on the green one, because melees don't have to worry about, you know, DPSing with spells, and the purple one's immune to 7th level and lower spells. So the green one's at 20. They're both about the same. Keep beating them down. Do not kill yet until we give the order. Green's at about 15. Purple is about the same. Green's at 10. Purple's at 15.
Also to mention that the purple has a magic resistance aura which drops on 25%.
Go ahead and kill them. They're both ready to go. Perfect. Tovin is going to become vulnerable here in a moment. So get your range DPS trained on him. You can actually start hitting them with dots, and as soon as the force field comes down, it'll start hitting them. Yeah, what was the deal with the purple one again? It has like a magical... I forget.
Yeah, it has a anti-magic aura which drops off when the boss hits on 25%. So there is a one layer of tactic what you can implement just to nuke him to a 25%, makes the tank healing easier. Granted, if you go higher levels than normal.
He interferes with healing too, so there's some forms of healing, I think, like healing wall, that can bypass that.
Yeah.
Okay guys, that's Master Artificer. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, grab your loot, and we're gonna do Lord of Blades. Lord of Blades next. D91 on a Spark of Dream.